Welcome to Great Talk and Entertainment. I'm your host, KJ, and this is the podcast where we review movies and TV shows from all your favorite superheroes, including Marvel Comics, DC Comics, and much more. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talk and Entertainment official channel. Now, let's go, baby. As we continue on Mandalorian Season 3 on the Disney Plus channel, or Disney Plus streaming service. This is the episode 5 spoiler review, The Pirates. And this is a spoiler review again, so if you have not seen this, please pause this, give me a thumbs up, go watch it, and then come back and check out my spoiler review, because I don't want to ruin any of this stuff, because if you're a fan of Star Wars, you need to watch this, then come back. So, again, this is a spoiler review. You've been warned. Let's get into it. Episode 5 continues on with Navarro comes under attack by the Pirate King Goran Shard. And with a theory by a new Republican, Ranger Carson Teva is investigating. Meanwhile, Denjaro sees this deadly dilemma as a opportunity to have a new life, a new place to live, and have all the Mandalorians have a new place and start a new chapter and raise the next generation. Carson went all the way to the New Republican to get help, but we see that they weren't willing to help. They seem kind of off because Navarro is a independent trade, and the New Republican, it seems kind of fishy and seems kind of they're up to no good, and we don't know their true intentions, and we don't know who truly is pulling all the strings within that company, right? And so he goes there because obviously there is a spaceship that was just floating, and it was the place that Moff Gideon was supposed to be in, locked up, and obviously he escaped, or somebody got him out because everybody was killed and it was just floating. And we see that Moff Gideon's trying to frame the Mandalorians, or at least somebody within didn't help is helping Moff Gideon that is in the Mandalorian. And we see that this is why the pilot, Carlson, decided to go find the Mandalorians because they knew Jinjara is friends with Grief Karga, and they've been buddies for a minute now, and he really wanted Dinjarin to be his sheriff, his protector, and I think he got a whole handful of it. So we see that Ellie Kane was kind of like stirring up the pot. She was trying to spy and get some information, and she even convinced, like, yeah, we shouldn't help Navarro, like they're on their own. Maybe they all get murked by the Pirate King. They'll bow down to the New Republican, submit, want to do the right way, to follow the new guidelines, to have like an officer or somebody to protect them from like pirates. But always some sneaky stuff, and she obviously got them wrapped around her fingers and stuff. And this episode gives us an action-packed space shooting, because between the Mandalorian King Goran Shard, who wants to take over, and Bo-Katan is in charge, and she shows leadership, and we get to the point where now she's able to take her helmet off too, like, because they saved the day and now they have a new home, and there's a lot going on, like who is snitching on these guys, who's setting up the Mandalorians. Where's Moff Gideon at? Where's he been? And is the Pirate King and Moff Gideon all working together? It seems like it, but or more, maybe it's more Moff Gideon's using them as a pawn, and as soon as he gets what he wants with them, he's gonna get the pirates all shot up and killed. That's the only thing I can think. The New Republican, it's hard to say. If you watch like Star Wars Andor, you kind of get the hints that there's some shady people within that group in the New Republican, and like nothing's really changed. They're just finding another way to bring back, like the evil empire. They're trying to bring back something for the dark Sith. This is where like the Jedi's are not really around, or not very useful or loyal or trustworthy at this point, unless you're like Luke Skywalker. But it just shows where everybody's at, and this episode really explores not just a great fun shooting in the air type episode, but it also just shows you where every like what everybody's really at, and like you have some people who truly believe in the believe in the Empire way. They believe in the dark Sith ways. They believe what like Palpatine says. They believe in Thawne. He's the guy that he's their golden wonder boy now. He's their hero to that side. And it just seems like the Jedi's are not there. It seems like that. Yes, Luke Skywalker's there, but he's not there to fight. He's out there. We learned in the newer Star Wars movies that Luke Skywalker has given up. He is hiding. He's not trying to get involved. Like, that's why they call it the Last Jedi. Like, he's not. He's at the point in his life, or he's going to be at the point in his life where, there's no hope, no pun intended. But it just shows you where everybody's lining up, and there's no true leader, there's no true direction of what's really going on, and this episode really shows it, because you're seeing a lot of like not trustworthy people, because even the armor, she's showing some red flags of like maybe we shouldn't trust her when you're viewing this, because why is she letting Bo-Katan and anybody else that's part of her clan be able to take off her helmets because she walked in both worlds? There's gonna be some tension building up, but it just seems like we're gonna watch different groups, different ways. Maybe it seems like some old traditional ways shall crumble, whether you're on the good side or the bad side. I think they're gonna start cutting that down, and I just think that's very interesting to see that. It brings up a lot of more questions, and hopefully they can answer this soon. But it just seems there's more questions. But again, the battle that they had was really fun to watch. I think this episode got me more interested and wanted to see the next episode, of course. And I think it did deliver, and the story did execute very well, because now we're saying, okay, here's the path they're going. Here's the direction of where this whole Star Wars franchise is heading towards, and kind of shows where in timeline it's more, the timeline's becoming more clear of where it's at, like as far as where season 3 is placed at, because the evidence is becoming more clear. Like, we're at the New Republic era, and we're seeing the Mandalorians come back, rise again. They're making their comeback. We're seeing the Empire slowly but surely find the way to come back and prepare for another battle of war to take over each planet, each galaxy, and rule the Jedis and other more. We're going to see, what they're gonna do with stormtroopers and all that. We're gonna see that. I think it's leading up to all those, and obviously this is all hinting towards Thawne. He's one of the main villains that people recognize from the cartoons or animations, Star Wars. So it's very interesting to see if this is where it seems like it's going towards. So definitely a great episode, and I'm really liking this. So if I had to rate this episode 1 out of 10, I'm definitely giving it an 8. Give me a lot of stuff, and it just shows. I really, again, another thing I was like, really like how they're showing like this is Bo-Katan season. Like season 3 is all about her. Season 3 is her showing, gonna be the one who's gonna rebuild the Mandalorian, and I think this is pretty awesome, as far as that. So I can't wait to see more of this, and we're gonna. I hopefully we see her with the dark saber. I think she is the one who's supposed to have it. So that's just me. But great episode. I think the cast did an amazing job, and obviously this is leading up to something big. So I can't wait. But that's my review. Thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talking Entertainment official channel. Hit that notification button so you can always be updated with all my latest content. Thank you and peace